is 31st and go home important.
Okay. Hey, listen. You know what she remind me of? Who I seen the Godfather that came on the other week, right? I love the Godfather, right? And when you look at the Godfather, it's like the guy. Who's the guy who wanted a part of the business? I forgot his name. Italian guy. But anyway, he came to see the Don, Marlon Brando, right? And Marlon told him no. And he said, you know, in his mind, passive aggressive, he said, you know what? We got to kill the Don to get the business. So what happened is that's how the enemy moves. It look at all the weak parts. He knew that he knew Sonny was a hothead. You beat up my sister, and that's how Sonny got killed. He didn't send his soldiers out. Sonny got in the car and ran out and got murdered. All right? Michael was the quiet one. Michael was the one strategic. Mike planned. Mike was angry, but you didn't know Mike was what? Angry. So he thought, calculated how he was going to what? Attack. Right? And that's how I see how the disease of addiction moves. It comes at what? Our vulnerable parts. Who in here don't like to be vulnerable? Why not?
Because it leaves you open for like someone to attack.
Okay.
To
strike you. Right. Okay. Very good. Listen, even though we're vulnerable, that means we're being honest. So if I tell you my pain that I was molested, I'm being vulnerable.
Well, I can be vulnerable in that type of sense.
Right.
It's to open up in like a group. It's better to be vulnerable. It helps to be vulnerable. It's more therapeutic. But to be vulnerable in like the streets, no, I can't be vulnerable.
Right. Understand that. Right. Yeah. Streets don't care.
Yeah, they don't care.
Right. Okay. All right. Thank you for saying that. Thank you, sweetheart. I wish you the best. All right. And don't worry about they laughing at your English. That's why I had to learn and slow down, because I talk like James Brown. You hear me? Self-pity con artists. Isolation is not good. Yo, who minimize importance but maximize foolishness? Who minimize importance but maximize foolishness? Anybody want to take a swing at that one? Anybody? Things that we need to talk about or deal with. We what? Minimize that.
Always minimize.
Foolishness, chit chatter, like Muslims say, fitna. We give that so much attention. Anybody want to take a swing at that pitch? Why is that prevalent right here at Kirkbride on the units? Minimize importance but maximize foolishness. Huh?
I'll minimize things that like I'll minimize my drug use, or I'll minimize certain things like it ain't that bad, or I was only doing this, I'm not doing that.
Right.
I'm only snorting, not shooting.
Right.
That's minimizing, right?
Exactly.
Okay. All right. So that's all.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I'm trying to contribute to the group.
Right. That's good. All right. I like that. Minimize. Anybody else? Come on.
When I found myself that I had 1 year clean, 2 years clean, 3 years clean, I started minimizing those character defects inside of me that I still didn't work. And I try to hook myself like in a better place, like, oh, I'm good now. I got 1 year, I got 2 years, I got 3 years. But all those things that I still had to work with, I avoided them, I minimized them. And now, I use my job field and I, maximize that. Oh, I'm accomplished this, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And I left those things that I still have to work down here.
There you go.
And I hide them like under the rug.
Right.
So I try to have everybody looking at the things that I was doing now to make myself like I was completely good.
Yes.
But I wasn't.
Yes. Here's another thing too. My lady like to watch Fatal Attraction.
I like that too.
All right. Now, not the one with Glenn Close and Michael Douglas. Not that one.
Oh.
That's a classic. But Fatal Attraction is the series. Anybody see the first 48?
Yes.
When I say fatal attractions is when you're dealing with individuals. Any boo relationships going on in here? Relationships. That's a big one we minimize. How many men in here lose themselves in women? I used to. How many women lose themselves in a man? Why is it so easy for us to lose ourselves in a significant other? Anybody?
I don't even know.
Can we run? And they want to be what? Vulnerable. It's like a woman who want to be loved, who come from here. So much pain and so much hurt and so much trauma and don't want to be alone that she will accept anybody. And when you've been hurt and you've been damaged and you've been wounded and you're a cracked vessel, it's easy to what? Pick anybody. And the person you pick might be just as messed up as you. And one addict ain't working on nothing plus another addict ain't working on nothing equals what?
Nothing.
A bag of dope. and some crack,
You get batteries.
and some pills,
You get batteries, you can start
yeah, and a trash bag, and a tent. On the run, it can work that way. Or people can be in recovery and work on themselves and get married. I seen it happen. So to thyself be true.
I've seen that. I've seen people leave, like hook up in rehab and leave, and like the one goes away for murder. Like I've heard a story about that. Like they actually fucking like got in a fight and dude killed the girl. He's away for murder because he was hooking up.
Mhm.
Rehab.
Anybody hear that? Yeah. You never know. Yes. That's why it's
You gotta be
important.
very careful with
Who you dealing with.
Who you dealing with, right?
Time tells time, right? For real. So don't let loneliness and fear and all that blind us from who we really dealing with. All right? It's easy to get in it, but it's hard to get out. And never had nobody in your life who don't love your kids. That ain't gonna work either. I had to learn that the hard way. No, not the hard way. Because God was preparing me. Because my lady got 4 kids. And I love her and I love her children. And the grandkids. You understand what I'm saying? But if I was just to love her and hate them, it's going to be a problem. Now she got to choose. And that's not fair. That's not fair. Isolationist, minimize and maximize. Things that's insignificant, that's foolishness, I maximize. Things that's important, I what? I minimize. How about private and public? Who's good in public but bad in private? That used to be my MO.
Yeah.
Talk real good in public but living dirty in private.
I'm done.
Yes. Anybody been there before?
Yes.
Yeah, done that. All right. Anybody, hey, got it together in public, but falling apart in private. Talking clean.
Like,
Yes.
people look good on Facebook too, but in their regular life, like they're not doing that good. Like nobody posts bad pictures on Facebook. Like, you know what I mean? Like every time I post a selfie, I'm doing good, but I don't post them Johns where I'm all fucking like 60 pounds lighter, sucked in face, smoking crack. I don't post pictures of myself when I look like that.
Right, I understand
But
that.
I post pictures of myself when I'm all my weight up and doing good. You know what I mean? So it's just. You know, it's like living 2 different worlds.
Right, without a doubt. You can do a before and after shot.
Yeah.
That'd be good. Come on, brother.
Sometimes when you're high, you do something.
Oh, I've done that too.
Yeah.
I've had to like apologize to girls because I try to hit them up. Yo, you want to hang
You
out?
put the
You wanna
wrong
hang out?
picture up. Sometimes you don't even put your picture up.
Yeah. All right, public and private. That's big right there. All right. Hey, how about over here? Revenge. Who has revenge in their heart? It's hard to recover or get to the next level in your spirituality if you still got revenge in your heart and holding grudges and animosity. And you can't wait to see him to get back at him. Anybody like that in here? Throw mama from the train. Anybody see that one?
Yes, that's a good movie. Joe
Yeah.
Pesci.
Yeah. No, not Joe Pesci.
Danny DeVito.
Yeah, Danny DeVito, right. Revenge. Anybody got revenge in their heart? If you see the individual, it's on. Come on.
I've been having revenge in my heart for somebody for, I'd say about 40 years.
40 years?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And I'm trying to work through it. It's a long process.
Right. It is.
Because in all honesty and truth, I want to break this motherfucking face.
Uh-huh.
You understand what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And it's ruined a lot of relationships in my life.
Mm-hmm.
It's ruined my body, kept me out here sick as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Just to try to numb that revenge.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I do realize, son of a bitch was sick.
Uh-huh.
You understand what I'm saying to you?
Mm-hmm.
And I realized that he was sick because I'm sick.
Uh-huh.
And I'm learning that this sickness that I had is the same sickness that he had when he did what he did.
That's right.
And it's taken a long time for me to get this far.
Mm-hmm.
My mind's getting a bit clearer. I ain't gonna say I forgive him because I can't do that yet.
Mm-hmm.
Revenge is getting a little bit lighter.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit lighter. That don't mean I can sit across the table and talk to this motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
But I can honestly say I understand where this drug will take you and what it can make you do.
That's right.
And eventually, maybe I might be able to. Maybe not.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not gonna let it destroy me anymore.
Okay.
I gotta work through it.
Good.
That's, you know. So.
Who's the best to give karma? Very good. My man, it's process. Time takes time, all right? Gotta let go. Easy said than done. Here's another thing too. My ex-wife, My ex-wife, I was married for 6 years. And I'm gonna go back to about relationships. I was lonely and I got tired of masturbation. I got tired of imagination. I got tired of fornication. And I wanted the real deal. And I wanted to slow down. And so when I was at Stop and Surrender, 26 in Huntington, and when I looked at her, she looked at me, then we got together. Then we remember being at the park at 33rd and Lehigh, having sex in the park. And before you know it, then we got married. And she left the program and I left the program. Then we got married. And when she left, and I left, and we went up to 17th and Lehigh in a room. And rooms are dangerous. Anybody lived in a room before?
Yeah, I've done it.
Rooms are real dangerous. We had a guy who was a man during the day, but he was a woman at night.
Oh.
In a room
In another
facility.
room. Is
Yeah.
that you or
A dude in the basement he used to smoke coke in the basement, come upstairs with a gun in his hand and looking around all crazy in the kitchen. Rooms are dangerous. The landlord had eight ounces of weed in her drawer and like 30 IDs in her drawer. I thought, what the hell is going on in here? The cat upstairs had a bunny in the kitchen. Unsanitary. Rooms are dangerous. The door, it open and closing all night long. Open and closing. And you don't know who coming in there with guns to shoot up the place looking for somebody. Rooms are dangerous. But through God's grace and mercy, I made it out there alive. And we got married. And then seconds turn to minutes, and minutes turn to hours, and hours turn to days, and days turn to weeks, and weeks turn to months, and months turn to years. She started smacking me up, took umbrellas, hit me in the back of the head. Listen, she had an insurance policy on my life for $50,000 and prayed that I die.
She was trying to. Yeah.
Yo, she, her and her sisters, they didn't like you, they poison
They were
you.
plotting on you.
That's right. So she's like, baby, eat. No, you eat.
Nah, no, you eat.
Yeah. I had to go,
Patreon.
I had to go sleep with one eye open.
Yeah,
Anybody lived like that before?
I've done it. Yeah.
Big piece right there, right? So I had to leave, and going back to what my man was talking about. So I had to realize they will. When I wasn't listening, because listen, ladies, when a man, you deal with a man, sometimes we as men, your body speak louder volumes than your pain. Your body speak louder volumes than your pain. Your breast is like, come suck me. When a man is thinking below the equator, your butt is like, come spank me. When we thinking below the equator, but your pain, I hear like this. I'm scared. I'm on drugs. I'm not with my kids. They just got my kids. So your pain, I hear in what? Whispers. But your body, I hear in what? 3D.
Yeah.
And that's what happened to me. And before you know it, now I'm listening to what? Her pain. Her son got murdered. Her son father went to jail for molestation. Her mother went to try to abort her with hangers when she was in her mother's womb.
What?
Her son father used to beat her up from sun up to sundown. Every man she dated cheated on her. Now I'm listening. Now I understand why she was what? Doing that to me. Because hurt people hurt people. And when you understand what happens to them, it makes it easier to forgive the person who hurt you. Easy said than done. Come on, brother.
Now, as honest as you're being, what were you doing that she was trying to do that to you?
I would just be,
You
I
were
was,
just being clean and straight up and everything.
Right.
All right then.
yeah, so
Say
going to
that's-
work, right.
Say that's because sometimes someone says, but they don't realize what they're doing.
Yeah,
You know, so you want to cover that. I'm getting high as much as possible. That you'll swear on 3 Bibles. I ain't getting high. You know what I'm saying? But the back burner, you fucking some chicks, you running around with, and you getting high. Where's the chick that you fucking? So, woman ain't stupid. I'm a man, and I tell you, women is not. They are not.
No, without a doubt.
Matter of fact, we come from them.
Right.
Without them, there's no us.
right.
I'm saying, me and you can't do that. So a woman is more powerful, very much more powerful, and I praise them because I know my mom. She's the truth.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, but it really takes two.
But see, you're right. It takes two. But I never disrespected her, never verbally disrespected her. Stayed, never cheated.
Maybe that could be your karma.
My who?
Your karma.
Karma.
Yeah, without a
You know
doubt.
what I'm saying?
From other relationships and all of that. Right, exactly. That's how I look at it. But also look at the part that how she was damaged and she was hurt.
Yeah.
Right here. Back to the heart, the hurt, the pain,
Right.
the trauma, and the rejection, all of that. And it was reflected on me, but taking me back to when I used to do that to other people. My man, very good, bro. We on the same page. All right, revenge. How about emotional runners? Who run? Who emotionally run? Who in here your doses is high it need to be? So that way you emotionally, you running, but you sleeping. That's how you run. Always sleep, nodding. That's how I run. So I really want dope, but I don't want dope. But let's stop playing games. And then one girl, she was on 380 milligrams of what? Methadone. At at Gerard Medical. True story. Then she got married. And then her doses came down. So now she's on what? 0. Have you seen a movie by Frank Sinatra called A Man with the Golden Arm? Love that movie. How I used to shoot dope and play cards and all that madness, right? And he said, whatever you do, do not unlock that door. And he went cold turkey. And matter of fact, that's a program I want to start in Kensington.
Yeah.
Called Cold Turkey.
Cool.
Because some people don't need the methadone. It becomes a crutch. Now, for those who need it, then I'm not talking to you.
I wish I could get off of it though, like that, but it's such a long process to get off of it. It just take too much time out of my life.
I understand it. I mean, you look at Ray Charles and you look at Billie Holiday, people who went through it, and listen, they did it straight from the muscle. It's painful.
Coming off dope, not methadone. You know what I mean? Methadone is totally different substance.
I'm talking about not getting on nothing. But here's another thing too. I'm from Baltimore. There's nothing but dope in Baltimore.
Right.
And my roommate from Stop and Surrender was dope sick.
Right.
And he didn't get no methadone, and I was with him, walking to the toilet, giving him Debbie cakes and soup and all that. And for 2 weeks, it was out his system.
Yeah.
So if you really want it, it can happen.
And I go to.
Huh? And cold turkey.
And I
You want cold turkey?
I don't get nothing for my addiction at all.
Right, I commend that.
Yeah, but it's different for everybody. I'm just talking about, for those who really want it and don't want it.
Milligrams that come into 0 milligrams of methadone, that's like a fucking 2-month withdrawal, bro. It's hard.
Right, I understand.
If you got the support, you can do it.
Right.
If somebody's there riding it out with you, it can be done.
Yeah, okay.
I've done it before.
Okay, that's what we're talking
I
about right
came
there.
off 300 at one time.
Come on.
So if somebody does the cold turkey,
Yeah.
they're less likely to go back, aren't they? Like to use
The 400, they have a 400% chance of going.
That's a good question.
I've done it 3 times.
Actually, the statistics say you have a 400% chance
Well,
of
I
going.
gotta answer that.
Go ahead. Let me come in. You want to hear what you guys say too.
Since
Come
I'm
on.
the one going cold turkey.
Come on.
I ain't gotta be here. I came in on my own. I can walk out the door and do something out. And let me tell you, but I came here for a reason, and this group right here is why. Because
Okay.
I'm learning so much from them.
Right.
But there's no hold on me. I even leave my clothes behind.
Right.
Y'all can keep that. But I'm here for a reason. So
Great.
my cold turkey is real cold. And I still give respect, and I think everybody knows that. I think I probably, shit, I should be the one snapping the most because PCP don't play.
Uh huh.
You know what I'm saying? It fucks your mind up. But I find myself to be very much intelligent. I got some college, and just because I did that drug and I'm here cold turkey, it was for a reason.
Right.
God puts everybody somewhere for a reason.
Right. Okay. Thank you for sharing that. Come on, sis.
I was just saying.
What's your name?
Erica.
Hey.
Very good.
Okay, before I was on methadone, I've done the cold turkey thing a couple times, and I kept going back. It's terrible, but
Yeah, it's rough.
yeah.
You trying to get off too?
I'm on methadone now. Yeah, I'm gonna stay on it for a little while,
Okay. All right.
but I will
Eventually get off.
Eventually, yeah.
Exactly. All right. One girl was on there for 3 years. She's still on it because she wants to stay on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For over 10.
Yeah.
Brother was able to get off it. He came down. He got clean. He came down off his dose, and now he's sober and happy and just had a baby.
Uh-huh. But sis in the back was talking about for those who go cold turkey, is it less possibility, is it less chance for them to come back to use, the relapse? That was her question.
Yes.
Right. All right. For those who go cold turkey, do they have a stronger chance of not relapsing?
You remember that withdrawal you went through, then you have a good chance of staying.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. Okay. All right. Playing your tape all the way back.
Right,
Very
you gotta
good.
play them tapes back.
All the way back. How much time you got clean, Queen? Right here.
10 days, 11 days.
Hey, 11 days. God bless.